What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, OG is back, man. You guys already know what time it is with me. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. First and foremost, man, I got to give a shout out to all my channel members, subscribers, followers, and the people that's been interacting. But today, I will address. Obviously, I got to touch on Mr. Dubs one more time, man, because he's bringing heat, and I got heat behind a couple individuals. I'm gonna speak just a little bit about these guys. I shouldn't give them no recognition because they're just, talking out the side of their neck. They look like people that like to stir stuff up, I should say. But once again, man, this is a fitness channel, and I always start off with talking about fitness, nutrition, remedies to help better your overall health. Especially when you're suffering with certain how should I say physical limitations. I help you break them limited beliefs and try to reverse what you're going through, at least help you to live better with the condition that you have, because like I said, with me, I suffered with hepatitis C, and before they came out with that cure for it, which I'm very grateful, thank God to that. You know what I mean? I'm rid of that hepatitis C. It's gone. But I actually practiced a very healthy lifestyle once I was diagnosed with hepatitis C. And for those of you that don't know, that's a slow killer. You can live a normal life, you know what I mean? But it's you see the difference. You see the discoloration in your skin, your eye color, and all that, and your energy levels are just really low and stuff. Always tired, and it's not a painful. It wasn't painful, I should say, but I'm sure it would have gotten painful if I would have never found that cure. I had carried that virus for quite some time. I was diagnosed with it in Calipatria State Prison. Anyways, people, this is a fitness channel. If you want to get started in your fitness journey, you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com, or you could shoot me a DM on my Instagram, highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_. You could go over there to my Instagram and check out my testimonials, transformations. You could actually see my transformation. I went from fat to fit to ripped. You know what I mean? And I'm 54 and in the best shape of my life with no excuse, people. I don't talk about it. I be about it. Shit. Like I said in the past, I'm going to tell you guys today, this ain't a puzzle. It's not hard to figure out. About the hardest thing you need to do is put your ego and pride to the side and reach out to somebody that knows what they're doing. And that would be an individual such as myself or the next coach. You may not like the way my get down is. It is what it is. But yeah. So anyways, someone asked me about, what's a good way to lower cortisol, and because with cortisol, you know what I mean, it creates so many problems in your life. Okay, so I would recommend if you suffering with high cortisol levels, start drinking ashwagandha. Ashwagandha will lower cortisol and is the adaptation for anxiety and stress. It will also help with better sleep, stress relief, mental clarity, and more. Ashwagandha is a potent adaptation, people, that helps you adapt to stress. It's a cortisol modulator. So if your levels are too high or too low, it will help bring them back to normal levels. Okay, so here's some benefits of ashwagandha, people. It helps lower your cortisol naturally. It supports sleep. It improves exercise endurance. It's an anti-inflammatory. It protects the brain against stress. What else does it do here? It supports hormones, including the thyroid hormone, and it also has anti-cancer properties, people. So look into it, ashwagandha. I hope that answers your question. What is good for lowering your cortisol levels or bringing them up to par? Yeah, start consuming ashwagandha. Has so many great benefits behind it, people. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna move on to there's this one individual. His name is Baby G, Straight Lane. He made a comment on there. I'm not gonna give him any shine because he knows as well as I know. It's something funny about him. For him to be demanding like that and to make the comment that he made, forcing something on someone, that's the way you get down, my boy. kind of funny about that. You know what I mean? What I do here in my world, my fitness world, is what I do. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. I guarantee you don't look as good a shape as I am. And yes, I am tooting my own horn. I'm 54. Why wouldn't I? I'm in the best shape of my life, baby, with the six-pack. No, not a six-pack, a Modelo. That's probably what you have. You probably look like a motherfucking keg of beer with legs, son. And another guy that I need to address before I go on to Mr. Dubs. Actually, this guy pertains to Mr. Dubs, so I'm going to save him for last. But there's this other guy, Raider Nation 3059. What you asked, G, I'm not going to put it out there because people like to speculate. This is just something I do, you know what I mean? I could go to a restaurant and I actually need reading glasses, G. So this is something that you got to keep in mind. I'm new to this social media behind the screen, so we find our little niches to keep us comfortable, and that's what I do, G. You know what I mean? I'd be looking around a lot. You know, that's just what I do. I guess you could say that's fucking rubbed off from me from doing time behind the walls. I'm constantly looking around and just, you know. So to answer your question, no, G. What I do right here is nothing scripted. There's nothing edited. I usually shoot from the hips. And that's that. You know what I mean? Keep it real and 100, baby. I don't need to try to sugarcoat anything for anybody. You know what I mean? Why would I want to feed people false propaganda? You know, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? I was fed false propaganda when I was behind the walls. You know, and it was to benefit for another person to benefit off of what I would be doing. You know, at the end of the day, ain't none of that shit count. Out here in the real world is what counts, people. And so, like, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to push a good vibe. Okay, so the next person that I need to address, DJ Snicker. What the fuck kind of name is that, you fucking lame? Straight up, my boy. You're going to make comments like that? Where did you get your name from? Picking your ass? Did you take a look at your profile? Your fingernails are dirty. They got mierda underneath them. It looks like you might have been digging in your asshole, Mr. Snickers. Yeah, so anyways, I guess this individual says that because I mentioned Mr. Dubs, that I got a crush on Mr. Dubs. For those of you that know, you know, I'm in communication with Mr. Dubs and Mr. Gunner. You know, when I first started this journey, they called me and tapped in with me. I don't even like to use that word. They didn't tap in with me. They called me so we could chop it up. They shared information with me that will help me with my channel and to better understand what goes on behind this social media. So basically, they were lacing me up. And as well as my homeboys had laced me up too. But now you got to keep in mind, those two individuals right there are heavy hitters. No matter how you like it or dislike it, Mr. Dubs and Gunner are heavy hitters in this YouTube world. At least the audience that we draw in. Okay, they touch on certain things that I won't touch on, you know, because, you know, to each his own. I don't contest nothing that they touch on. I tune into all of their things. As a matter of fact, I was just tuned into their live right now because they were speaking on Big U and the RICO Act. Yeah, man. All I can say about that is, you know, once the feds pull in, baby, ooh, it's a wrap. They're gonna start sweeping up all kinds of people, and what the feds love to do is put the squeeze on people because, you know, people are gonna start singing like birds, you know. So that probably slammed me down for about, you know, 7 years to see if anybody's gonna squeeze. You know what I mean? They're gonna come at you with a big number, and then, you know, eventually they'll squeeze about 7 years out of you. You know what I mean? Because they didn't really have much on you. But they're going to get some time out you. You know what I mean? Especially if you ain't going to fucking cooperate with them from the start. You know what I'm saying? You want to play a game with them, they're going to win. When the feds come in, they don't play. You know what I'm saying? They in it to win it. So anyways, people, yeah, this Mr. fucking Snickers, man. I just can't get over this character's name. Man, hey, really, you need to take your thumbnail down, Mr. Snickers 13. And 30, with your 13, you know what I'm talking about, your 13 subscribers, and go clean your fucking nails, my boy. That's poor fucking hygiene there. It looks like your fingers were up in your ass looking for Snickers. So anyways, and that lame baby G, My God, that's another straight lane. To make a comment like he did? I wouldn't want you on my program. You couldn't hang. You a cupcake. Straight up. On social media, doing what you and speaking on certain individuals, which I won't speak on individuals such as you did to try to make an attack. You know, that's crazy. Straight lane. That shows a lot about your character. Yeah, like it said, it raises flags too. You're the person that likes to force shit on people, because that comment that you made, that's the way I took it. I'm supposed to force someone to join my program? You got me fucked up, fool. You're lame. Like I said, you probably walking around like a fucking keg of beer with legs. Ha ha. Well, anyways, that's enough of that, man. Hey, so Mr. Dubs, man, every time I reflect on Mr. Dubs, I get a little heat, but it's all good though. You know what I mean? All love is good love. Even the fucking hate, that low key showing love. You know what I mean? Because they do keep me in the algorithm, and that's something that I did pick up from Gunner and Dubs. They said, hey, shit, fuck it. As long as they ain't getting to, you know, a certain way, just let them keep on making their comments. It keeps you in the algorithm. And actually, it's been working because my channel's been growing. So I appreciate that. Though the two fellas right there put me up on some game. You know what I mean? But if you sit back and evaluate channels, and you could learn their strategies. And I'm a very good student. I sit in the audience, very quiet. I'm quick to listen and slow to respond. That's the way I wiggle. You know, so as far as what I do, let's just put it this way. I've always been business oriented ever since I was young. At everything and anything that I do, I max out on it. You know what I mean? With this social media, I could max out, trust me, I can max out, but I'm not in no hurry. I'm enjoying the journey because I don't want to create enemies, because enemies never go away, people. All they do is accumulate. They add up and they add up, especially the lames out here that don't have any faces on their profiles. They could be some weirdo, a sitting time bomb, you know what I mean? And, you know, that would be all bad, you know? That would put me and my family in jeopardy, which I will never do, you know? But, I mean, if you funny bunnies ever want to reach out to me, you guys already know, man. I leave my email right there. You can reach out to me, you know what I'm saying? I'll get back to you, but you're going to have to drop your phone number. Because that emailing stuff back and forth, texting back and forth, that's just for the birds. I'm old school, baby. Jump on the horn. Get your point across a lot quicker. And one other thing, I'm going to bring this video shorter than the norm. I got to give a shout out to you know, my homies, Roses from the Concrete, Sharpest Art. If you haven't went and subscribed to him, go over there and subscribe. He's going to be bringing some bangers to his platform. Him and the other homie, they're both from the hood. My homie, Incredible Javier, is also associated with that. You guys may know my homeboy, Incredible Javier, from the Traviesos. You know, so as the other homie, you know, just go and show your support, people. And shout out, obviously, for Gunner and Dubs as well. You know what I mean? They always show support to me, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I get recognition when I pull up to their lives in the audience. Even the homie hangout, Josh, man. You already know, Josh. I'm gonna tap in with you, G, when I head back up north. So you already know this guy. I'll pull up, G. You already know. You already know how I get down, G. But yeah, much love and respect to all them cats, man, that are out there doing this thing right here. Because we get a lot of heat behind a lot of funny bunnies, you know what I mean? But that's all it is. It's a lot of wolfing. People selling wolf tickets. No big deal, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we don't need validation from anybody else. You know, as long as we know what we're doing right here behind the screen, we're doing right. That's all that counts, people. But anyways, people, so like I said, I'm going to bring this video to an end. But I just remembered something. Yes, this OG does ramble on. I got recognition from the Mob Spot channel. I think that's who it was. I'm not sure which guy gave me recognition, but I know you guys ain't gonna like this. He gave me flowers, and yes, I'm very aware of these guys. They both went out backwards. Very aware. That channel right there, I can guarantee will blow up. Why? Because there's a huge audience that are curious about that type of life behind the walls. I could actually speak on a lot of stuff, but I won't. You know what I'm saying? So I will leave that to that channel. They're obviously can speak on stuff way into deeper depth than I can. Let's just put it that way. As far as myself, I just shared life experiences that I went through, you know. Well, anyways, people, yeah, so it was either Mundo or Renee. They gave me my flowers, man. You know what I mean? And yes, I know where they come from. I'm very well that they both went out backwards. But yeah, it's just, you know, that recognition. You know what I'm saying? So you people out here net banging this and that, I guess keep doing your thing. Build you a channel, you know what I mean? The Net Bangers channel. Come up with something, man, you know? Or just keep on interacting right on my channel and just keep me in the algorithm. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, if you guys want to get up and get yours and stop talking about it and start being about it, then you need to shoot me a DM. High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. That is my Instagram. Or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. Don't talk about it, be about it. OG, don't talk about it. Got results, baby. Come on now. Let's do this.